appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, my credential fell off. There was wraps after that.
Okay, great. I'll go ahead and start. First of all, how did it feel to get back out there?
Yeah, there was a range of emotions, a range of nerves, to be honest. I feel like, because of where I am, my love for being here in the city, this state, and this club, there's different emotions and nerves that I've had at different points in my career. And then obviously throw in the, being out for, a better part of the last year, at least away from the field. There was a lot there, but once I got on the field, it felt like kind of riding a bike again. You kind of getting into the rhythm again, and it was enjoyable for sure.
I know you've played under a lot of different systems. You spend a lot of time with the ball at your feet in this system, outside the 18 at times.
Yeah.
Level of comfort there. Talk a little bit about
Yeah,
that.
I'm very comfortable. I wouldn't have said the same thing prior to the staff being here. The staff has really pushed our goalkeepers to play that way. But over the last 2-3 years, become more and more comfortable because we train that way. So honestly, it helps because we know that our midfielders, our defenders, they're always going to be close. They're always going to be knocking balls and expecting balls to come to them. So sometimes as a goalkeeper in different systems, when you get balls back to your feet and you have to play long, it's harder because you have to take a proper touch. You have to get the ball out of your feet, but it has to be further away. So to play in our system, it's fun. It keeps you engaged. And honestly, it's been something this point in my career when we started doing it a couple of years ago. It was kind of invigorating for me.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Do you get a different perspective on the value of Sean Sawatsky, Yevon Shaburko when you're on the field versus?
No, I see their value when I'm off the field too.
Okay.
I mean, those guys are fantastic. What is asked of them is more than most center backs. Same thing with the other guys that are playing all over the field, really. But when you talk about the defenders, what they're asked to do with the ball and without the ball, defend in space, run guys down, be the first line, breaking lines with the ball. Those guys are fantastic, and they showed their quality again tonight.
You see from the backside how difficult it is to break down a low block. I mean, what can you bring as a goalkeeper to help the team stay focused in that chore?
Honestly, from breaking down the low block, I can't do much. My biggest concern is the rest defense, and what ends up happening when the other team has a low block is your defenders, especially in our system, the outside backs get a little bit anxious and they want to start getting higher up on the field. But that's what New York City wanted too. So they wanted to have Chuba get higher. They wanted Andres or Cesar, whoever was in the right back situation there, to get a little bit higher so that space opened up behind them. So the whole time I'm just yelling and trying to keep those guys, in the spots where they need to be in case we lose the ball and in case that space is opened up. So that's pretty much the primary role of the goalkeeper in those situations.
How meaningful was the post-game picture with the family?
Honestly, my wife has been doing this for like 4 or 5 years now, thinking, this might be the last time. This might be the last time. And if it might be, you never know. I think we learned that, last year with the injury. You never know when the last time will be. So just embracing it and being grateful for every time that you're able to do that. And it's awesome to have my kids there. They try to act cool and stuff like that, and they don't act like they appreciate it. But I think it's memories that they're making, and I'm glad that they're at an age now, especially my youngest one, where she can really understand what's going on. Because my older two, they saw me play quite a bit. Certainly my oldest one, but my youngest one, she's at the age now where I think she'll start remembering this stuff as she gets older.
That's great.
Yep.
10 corners, couldn't generate anything, but you guys dominated pretty much the entire game.
Yep.
Though you couldn't get anything from it, just what can you take from that to head into DC United?
Yeah, like you said, we dominated, especially after the first 15-20 minutes. I think that they created some problems in the first 15-20 minutes that we kind of scrambled and got some blocks in there and got some good recoveries. But once we got a hold of the game, we were all over them. We didn't create as clear of chances as maybe we'd like, but we were getting numbers around the box. We were creating opportunities in different places to get the ball wide and then get the ball back in the middle. And breaks will come. Matt made a couple good saves in the first half. The one high was a fantastic save. It's about getting that first goal, and if we would have gotten that first goal, I think it would have opened up a little bit more for us. But all in all, if you look at the performance and you look at the things that happened with Cesar getting his first game, Tristan getting his first game, Cole coming on, there's a lot of positives to take out of it, and it's only going to serve our team and our club, positively going forward.
And then, obviously, Coach said that you don't want to focus on the outcome of getting a draw and remaining unbeaten, but just remaining complacent, right? And how do you keep that in mind, in the back of everybody's mind, heading into a game against like DC United or somebody who is willing to give you guys your first loss?
Yeah, I mean, as long as this staff has been here, we've really done well about not ever being complacent, and I think that's because we don't focus. And you said we play DC next week. I didn't even know that, because we focus on each individual day. The staff is certainly preparing for the next game already, I'm sure. But for us, it's, what can we look like on Tuesday when we're back in training? How do we win that day? How do we get better individually and collectively? And you're seeing that, like I said, the guys that came on today for the first time, or guys that haven't played in a long time, coming on, some guys coming back from injury, some guys, coming back from international call-ups. We're going to get going, and that's all to say we haven't lost a game yet, right? But we're going to get going in even more of a positive way as we head further into the season.
Can you speak to me about about the potential of the team, like you said, as you get going down the line? Like, how do you see this team on both sides of the ball getting better?
There's a lot of things that we can do better. We're doing a lot of stuff well already. I'd say defensively, we're very strong. We're being on the front foot more times than not. Last week in San Diego, I thought that was a really important grit performance, a lot of resilience, and then tonight was kind of the opposite, where we were on top of the game, and to move forward, just continuing to focus on making the right decisions in certain moments that can really unlock a game, while also being steady and strong defensively like we have been. Those things will come. We're a team that, in a locker room, that wants to get better every single day, like I said, and that's something that we're going to continue to do. And regardless of who's on the field due to injuries, call-ups, or whatever it might be, we're going to put ourselves in a good position to try to win games.
And then, from your position, when that late goal is called back, what are kind of your reactions, feelings?
Yeah, I mean, it's, what are you going to do? It was a proper call, I guess. He was offside. And sometimes in games like this, it kind of makes sense that those types of things happen, where you're knocking on the door. The only thing that can happen worse is to give up a late goal to lose a game. So when it got called back, it's unfortunate, but we put ourselves in position to be able to get out of there with something else, and unfortunately we didn't, but it'll come.
Thank you.
Yep.